Good morning, and welcome to the Financial Optimist, the place where we're optimistic about our own personal finances, no matter how many problems are out there. And today, I have a topic for you that I call the cost of living scale. Think of it this way. Whenever you want to buy something, there's always a price range you find the item in. On the low end, you may get it on sale for as little as this much, and on the high end, it may cost as much as that much. Now apply that same concept to every area of your personal finances. For example, when it comes to average rent by state, Oklahoma here is barely over $1,000 per month, but Massachusetts is at nearly $3,000 per month, and this is both for a one-bedroom apartment, and yet one location charges 3 times as much as the other location for the same thing. Now mind you, these numbers I'm showing you here I pulled off the internet. Not really sure how accurate they are, but it doesn't matter. These are just examples for a sample budget. And so by moving from one location to another, you could save a considerable sum of money. Even if wages are a bit lower there, you don't need as much to get by because everything's cheaper. So let's look at the next example, mortgage by state. Currently, West Virginia is a little over $1,200 per month on average, and Washington, D.C. is more than $3,000 per month for the same mortgage on the same house, just in a different location. And for average utilities by state, Idaho is the lowest at about $500 per month, and Connecticut is the highest at nearly $800 per month. And these are calculated as a family of 4. And for average groceries by state, you see Wisconsin's on the low end at nearly $900 per month, and California's in the high end at $1,200 per month, again for a family of 4. And for homeowners insurance by state, Hawaii is the lowest at barely $50 a month, but Oklahoma is the highest at over $500 per month on average. That's 10 times more to insure what is essentially the same house. That's a colossal difference. So, what if you lived in a location and you chose a lifestyle which gave you a mortgage similar to West Virginia, which gave you utilities similar to Idaho, and groceries similar to Wisconsin, and insurance similar to Hawaii? Well, the total for that sample budget would be just over $2,500 per month to cover some of your basic living expenses. But what if you live in a location where everything is expensive? Your mortgages are about the same as Washington, D.C., your utilities are about as high as Connecticut, your groceries are as high as California, and your insurance is as high as Oklahoma. Well, in total, you'd spend more like $5,500 per month just to cover those same basic costs. That's more than double the other example, and you're buying the same things. You're insuring the same type of house, you're buying the same utilities, you're buying the same amount of food. Everything is more expensive in certain places, and everything is a bit cheaper in other places. And there's a lot of places in the middle where some things are cheaper, some things are more expensive. So that's why I want to bring up this concept of the cost of living scale. So as you look at every single category of expenses, you can analyze it and go, okay, am I paying above average for this expense, or am I paying below average for that expense? Like for rent, are you paying $1,000 a month or $3,000 a month? And ask yourself, is it worthwhile to continue paying this high rent when I could go get this rent here? And so, when you look at the cost of living scale, this is how I like to live my life. I want every single aspect of my life in the lower half of this scale because I want to keep life affordable but still have a good life. Some people out there do like to complain about the high cost of living, and rightfully so. Life is very expensive. But many of those people frequently have expenses in the upper half of the scale, where they're paying an above average rent, an above average mortgage, an above average utilities, above average groceries. And that's largely because of 1, the location they live, and 2, the lifestyle they choose to live. That can result in your prices being very, very high. So if you're willing to change the lifestyle you have, live within your means, live a debt-free life, and if you're willing to move to a location where everything is cheaper, you could save a considerable sum of money. And that is a cost of living scale, which gives me hope and optimism for the future that life can be affordable if you have the right kind of plan. Tune in next time to find out the next chapter of that plan. Thank you for your time. I'll see you again.